Okay, this is the P2 paper from October 2020. This is question number 2, which is an integration question and more specifically a trapezium rule question. Relatively straightforward, this one. Let's have a look at it. 2, part A says, can we complete the table below, giving values to 3 decimal places? So make sure we're actually following the instructions here. So all we need to do is to put 0 in here and 0 in here. So it's just a matter of making sure that you actually are able to use your calculator function properly. So if we put that in, we're going to get 0.577. If we put 0.5 in for those 2 values, then that on the calculator works out to be 0.686. Should be no problem at all for that one. Part B then says use the trapezium rule with all the values of y from the completed table to find an approximate value for the integral of that. So just a very quick check, although to be fair, it's worth 3 marks. So we can see it's just a straightforward trapezium rule. But just a quick check, this function is exactly that function there. And when we're looking at the limits here, they should be the same as the limits there. Everything tidies up nicely. So in order to get the trapezium rule, first of all, I'm just going to see how many strips I've got. I've got y0, y1, y2, y3, and y4 here. So part B, if I'm trying to work out the area, the trapezium rule is just d over 2. D is the gap there, which again is constant all the way through at 0.25. And then it's the first term and the last term, in this case y0 and y4, and 2 lots of everything else, which again in this case is y0 plus y1 plus y2 plus y3. So write that down, just sub in all the values, so 0.25 over 2, and just be careful when you're reading them, and then this should be really, really straightforward if you don't make any silly copying errors. So 0.462, 0.698, and then 2 lots of 0.577, 0.653, and 0.686. Did I not put the 6 in there? Sorry, you will be screaming at me. Yeah, always just check your answers there. 0.686. It did say 3 decimal places when we were doing that one. Apologies. There's not going to be any more marks here for method, so just take your time to evaluate it, go through and sort it all out. And on my calculator, it comes to 0.624. Quick check that it doesn't say anything about decimal places. That's where, if I hadn't already noticed, I might have picked up that one I hadn't written down properly. But I didn't do that on purpose, but it is a good thing just to check. So, yep, got all my answers to 3 decimal places for part A. Part B, it doesn't matter, so you could have given a fraction. I'm going to leave it as 3 decimal places simply because that's what it was for everything else. Right, hopefully that's a very straightforward one. Let's go on to the next question.